Hi, I'm Lily, and I know a little bit about Pokemon.
And I'm Clementine, and I know absolutely nothing about Pokemon.
So today we're going to talk about Pokemon.
Hello, my name is Clementine Rep,
And I'm Lily.
and today we're here to talk about Pokemon. Okay, I'm so happy to learn. So my first question is could you tell me what Pokemon is in its simplest form? If I were 5, how would you explain Pokemon to me?
Like the franchise or what a Pokemon is? It's a video game series that was turned into a show and
Okay,
manga.
what's the whole point? What is a Pokemon? What's the whole?
I mean, if you're 5, I just see them. They're like little guys who you fight with.
Okay, fine. Explain it to me like I'm 16.
Okay, they're like little monster-like creatures, and they inhabit the world with humans. We coexist. We're a
We.
Pokemon. Yeah.
What is there a main storyline across all the games and the show, or is it different?
Well, so there's a lot of games, and we have what we call the core games, and those all follow a storyline, but not every single game is a core game, but there is a storyline, you know?
What are the core games?
All the ones that you know, like Sword and Shield, Ruby and Scarlet, Sapphire and Ruby, Sun and Moon, Black and White, X and Y, all the duos that you hear, but Pokemon Go, that's not a core game, but it's...
Oh man, that's my favorite. Okay, then what's the point of having 2 games? Why is there Sun and Moon? Why isn't there just Sun?
Well, most of them, there are 2 legendaries, and at the very end you get 1 legendary, depending on which game. In Sword and Shield, there are these big dog-like things, and one looks like a shield and one looks like a sword.
Okay. Can you tell me what a legendary Pokemon is? How is it different? Why is it legendary?
Most of them are tied to elements, TBH, I don't know. A lot of them are tied to elements, there's Thundurus, he's thunder. Right. There's Arceus, who's God.
I don't like that guy.
He's really cool. He's the most powerful Pokemon in the world. Okay.
Would he win against a billion lions?
Arceus would win against a billion lions, and I will die on this hill. Clementine, you don't know Pokemon. What are you gonna say? A million lions would beat Arceus?
A billion.
Oh, my bad. A billion lions would beat God, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Why do you think he hasn't come back down? It's because...
They're literal gods. He could just destroy the world. Elemental powers, they could literally just I don't know, burst a fire, all of them are dead. Oh, they're huge. Well, not all of them, but...
Okay, but why do you think God hasn't come back down to Earth? It's because of the lions.
Well, Arceus is Arceus, not God. They're 2 different worlds, Clementine.
Right. What is a shiny Pokemon? Why is it special? Why is it different from a normal Pokemon?
Well, they're just special because they're rare. They don't have any extra powers, but they're different color variants of already made Pokemon. They're not...
So they're not cool in any way, they're just different colors.
Well, they're cool because they're rare. And they're in some of the games, they have little sparkles around them when you fight them.
That's cool. Okay. Can you tell me about the type variants? Why do they matter? Do they really matter that much?
Yeah, they matter because it's like rock, paper, scissors, but with all the types. If a water type was fighting a fire type, water's gonna beat fire. But if a fire type was fighting a grass type, the fire's gonna burn the grass. If a grass type's fighting the water, the grass is gonna soak up the water. It's it's basically rock, paper, scissors. Some types are weak to some types, and some types are strong to some types. So when you fight, you know which one to use.
Do they make sense? I know there are silly types that aren't actual elements, like fairy and stuff. So if I were to look at a type chart or like see all the types, would I be able to like guess what is weak or strong against what? Or is it like you have to like go into it knowing and looking at a type chart?
I'm gonna be honest, some of them make sense and some of them don't make sense to me just because I'm not that knowledgeable yet. What do you think fairy would be strong to?
Strong to? Psychic or ghost. I forget what it's called.
Oh, they're strong to poison. They're neutral with ghost.
This hashtag doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, fairy is strong to poison and steel.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
Some of them make a lot of sense, like water being strong to fire, but then like, I don't know, the fairy wishes away the poison. Do you know all the types? Do you know any types?
I know water and grass and fire. I know bug, fairy, steel, dragon, which is my least favorite.
Oh.
I don't even play Pokemon, and I don't like the dragon type. I think it's so dumb. But those are the only ones I know.
Do you want me to list them?
Sure.
We got normal, fire, water, electric, grass, ice, fighting, poison, ground, flying, psychic, bug, rock, ghost, dragon, dark, steel, and fairy.
Would you guys mind rating the types 1 through 10?
Oh, I got you. I think normal, 4 out of 10. 3 out of 10. They're normal.
Yeah.
Snorlax is normal.
Snorlax is normal, but like, he's just there. He's not like, sorry guys, he's not that special.
Wow. Is that a hot take? I don't know.
No, normal types suck.
No, normal types suck.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of people.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know. Normal, I guess I just give it a 5 out of 10. You know, it's like it's the normal one.
I say 3 out of 10. How do you feel about fire?
Fire's pretty hot. In real life, I am scared of fire, so I'd have to mark it lower for that. I think 5 or 6.
Off camera, Adrian is saying 7 out of 10. I think 7 is fair. Fire types are usually pretty strong. We got Charizard. You know Charizard.
I do know that one.
One of my favorites is water. I think water is a good 8 out of 10. Oh, I'm getting head shakes from off camera.
Why do you think water's an 8 out of 10? I can't imagine it's that strong to anything.
Every starter, I usually always pick the water starter.
I usually pick the grass starter, and I just got like 2 looks of like horror.
Those are the weakest ones. The grasses are so weak.
But they're usually the coolest. Like in I don't remember which one I have for my Switch. It's either Sword or Shield, but it's like a little monkey. And I have Moon. It's a little owl. It's so cute.
Oh yeah, Rowlet.
I'll grant the fire ones are ugly.
Yeah, I think the water ones are just the
water
coolest.
ones are good looking and kind of strong.
Except for in this newest one, I think the grass one is the coolest. In Scarlet and Violet, we got Quaxley. He's got like a pompadour, and he's a duck.
Don't know what you guys are talking about.
Well,
I never picked water because the thought of being beat by a grass type makes me angry. So
the grass type are so weak that even though they do have like a power advantage, I always win. But yeah, I like water. That's my take. How do you feel about water?
Water, you know, in real life, I like water a lot. Drink it. But in Pokemon, I don't know, guys. I can't imagine water being strong to anything except for like grass.
Water is strong.
Or electric, I guess.
Water is strong to grass and electric, and they're weak to
Fire.
steel and
Or no,
fire.
not fire.
I think they're also
Wait.
weak to water types. I think water is weak to water. Okay, next we got electric. We got to rapid fire these. I want to talk about some. Electric, 5 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Grass, 2 out of 10.
3 out of 10.
Adrian says 1. Ice, I give it 7 out of 10.
I'm inclined to agree. I think a 7 out of 10.
Fighting, I don't usually like fighting. I give a 4.
I don't know much about how they are as like a type, like what their moves are or whatever, but every fighting type Pokemon, I can't name any, but I'm thinking of a few in my head, and they're all really ugly, so I think I'm just gonna give them like a 2.
Poison, 9 out of 10. Adrian says 10 out of 10.
I guess a 9. Poison is pretty universal.
Ground, 4, 2, 3. Adrian says 3.
How is ground and grass and bug different?
Because they're different. Bugs are bugs. Grass are like leaves.
Ground and rock.
Yeah. Or like rock and steel. I guess steel is like metal.
Rock and steel are different.
Never mind.
Okay, flying, I give a 2 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree. I think like a 2 or a 3.
The flying type, if it's a flying type by itself, like it needs another type.
Flying a dragon.
Yeah, I feel like flying types also need another type that like, and it's usually stronger. Like flying takes the back burner.
That's how I feel about dragon. I don't know anything about Pokemon. I think it's useless. I think dragon types are useless.
Well, Gumi is an Axew. You know, that one little dinosaur. He's really cute. Psychic. Adrian's saying 10 out of 10. I say 8 out of 10. No, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10.
I think I'm biased to say 10 just because one time someone told me if I were a Pokemon, I'd be a psychic type, so I think 10.
Bug. 2 out of 10.
10 out of 10. I love bugs.
They're just like grass types to me. They're weak.
But they're
bugs. Yeah, they're weak. Rock types. 5 out of 10.
I think 5 out of 10.
Yeah. Ghost. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Except some of them are weak. Dragon, I give 7 out of 10. Okay. I hope the recording picked that up. I think about dragon types. A steel. I feel like steel was better out of the like basic ones. I'm gonna give it 5 out of 10.
I'm gonna give Steel a 6. I think Adrian would be Steel, which is why I'm giving it an extra point.
Off camera, we're getting there. No.
That's genuinely rude, but I'll move on.
Fairy types, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, I agree.
Oh, we're getting a 7 out of 10 off camera. Oh, sorry. We're getting an 8 out of 10. 10 out of 10, because I would be a fairy type if I were a Pokemon.
I think I agree with that. I think you would.
Would you be a bug type? Adrian said no. I think you'd be normal.
That's so mean. I think that's the meanest thing anyone has ever said to me in the past 4 years.
Maybe if you liked Pokemon, you could be a cool
Did you say
type.
frog? Oh.
Rock?
Can't you be like multiple? Could I be like bug
Yeah.
rock type?
Yeah. I think I would be either fairy... I think I'd be fairy ghost or fairy psychic.
You'd be fairy grass, maybe.
Ew. That was rude.
I was thinking fairy and water.
Fairy and water. There's this one like jellyfish Pokemon. I can't think of the name. I think that's a fairy and water type. I really like them. Oh,
But-
did you know one thing? The types in the games are different than the types in the cards. So the cards have like half the amount of types. And so when they make like the cards of some of these Pokemon, they have to like pick like which way they want to go. Like if it's an ice type, then they'll just make it a water type for the cards. And I think that's wrong, and we should just make more cards.
That is really weird. Why do they do that?
Let's ask. Let's ask the manufacturers.
Let's ask, I say as I look into the camera. Okay, what is your favorite Pokemon and why?
Ooh, okay, I have 2 answers. My favorite Pokemon is Gardevoir. You know that? I'll pull up. They're a
Voldemort?
Gardevoir. Gardevoir, if you will. She's a psychic fairy type, which is why I like psychic and fairy types.
She looks like a grass type.
That was rude.
She's green. Okay, anyways, why is she your favorite?
Because she's really cool, and I like her pre-evolutions. They've got Ralts. I love Ralts and Kirlia. They like... And then there's this one... There's a picture frame, and it's like cards, and the Ralts card has like a little girl and a Ralts, and the Kirlia card has the girl that's older and the Kirlia, and the Gardevoir has and she's like, the girl has grown up in the Gardevoir, and it's like a storyline to the Pokemon cards, and I really like those cards.
Do you have those cards?
No.
That's really sad.
Someone should give me those cards.
Yeah, Pokemon.
Oh, my second answer?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that.
Oh, do you know the main like starters, right? You know Charmander and Squirtle and Bulbasaur?
Yes. I have a feeling it's Squirtle.
It is not. This is the one rare time that I go grass. And I love Bulbasaur.
I've like seen him, pictures of him. I know who Bulbasaur is. He's a pretty popular Pokemon. He's cute. I mean, I don't know why you like him, but why do you like him?
I don't know. I just like Bulbasaur. I think he's funny. I like Venusaur and Ivysaur. I don't like Blastoise and Wartortle, so that's why I choose him instead of Squirtle.
I think my favorite is probably Bidoof, just because I think...
Bidoof?
Yep.
Oh, it's Bidoof.
It's Bidoof?
It's B-I-D-O-F.
I call him Bidoof.
I call him Bidoof because that's he looks like Bidoof.
Yeah.
I think if I were a pre-existing Pokemon, I think I would be Bidoof.
Adrian the other day said you're like Dunsparce.
Adrian the other day said I was like Slacking, the big ugly sloth, so I don't think I really care what Adrian thinks anymore. Who's your least favorite Pokemon?
I love them all. I love all the Pokemon, even the ugly ones.
I was just about to say not even the ugly ones, because I know a lot of... This is kind
I'm
of...
gonna Google ugly Pokemon and see who comes up.
This is kind of off topic, but a lot of people have least favorite Animal Crossing villagers, and with the new games, it's just because they're ugly. They don't have any personality. So do you know... Are ugly... Why is Jinx on there? Jinx is beautiful.
Oh, I love this guy. Whatever his name is.
That's what Adrian was like.
Stunfisk. If you have ever played Pokemon Go and you haven't got a really strong Stunfisk, you're missing out.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason I went in like Pokemon Go battles. I've got a more important question. Do you know Kaylee Honorati Paquette?
I do. I told her about this, and she was very excited about it.
Do you know the Eeveelutions?
I know Eevee, and I know Sylveon. That's like the...
Name all the Eeveelutions.
Name
right now.
all of them. There's Eevee, obviously. Umbreon.
I'm not gonna count Eevee.
Okay, Umbreon, Sylveon. I want to say Leafeon, but is that actually? That's it. I don't know anymore. How many are there?
8? Okay, there's 8. There's Jolteon, Flareon, Umbreon, Leafeon, Sylveon, Glaceon, Espeon, and Vaporeon. I was forgetting Jolteon. Do you have a favorite out of these? I'm showing you the pictures.
I think Sylveon, just because she's a trans icon. But Glaceon's pretty cool too. Do you have a favorite one?
I do have a favorite one.
Which one is it?
Vaporeon. Oh, Vaporeon and Espeon. Because Espeon looks more like a cat, and I like that.
How do you feel about Pikachu? When I think of Pokemon, I think of Ash Ketchum, which I recently learned most of the Pokemon games, if not all of them, are like, it's you like create your own character.
You thought it was Ash?
Yeah, I thought Ash was like that, it was him, but he's just in the show. I didn't know that until recently. So when I think of Pokemon, I think of Ash and Pikachu, but is Pikachu even cool?
I wouldn't put him on my team. He's not like... Well, because every game you have a different like set of starters. And so Pikachu's not like a starter. And this is my hot take, but I never take my starter off my team. I end the game. I start the game and I end the game with my starter.
That's what I tried to do. I played like a little bit into Sword Shield, whichever one I have, and I had so many Pokemon, and I never took that silly little leaf monkey off my team.
Do you name them?
I don't name them. Do you name your Pokemon?
I can't say I usually, because I don't usually do anything. When I was playing Sword Shield, whatever, I didn't, but I just recently got a 3DS, and I have Pokemon Moon, and I started naming them after my friends, like whichever Pokemon had the vibes of certain friends of mine.
I also have Pokemon Moon on the DS, but it's broken. I can't play it. I'm really sad. But I don't name my Pokemon. I'm like against it.
I was so torn on who to choose for a starter for Moon, so I had Zach, the teacher, choose it for me, and he actually was the one that chose Rowlett.
Oh, Rowlet?
Yeah. So I named it Zach. And the only other one I can remember is I have a Slowpoke and I named it Chayla. Sorry, Chayla.
Yeah, I don't name my Pokemon. Maybe I should.
Do you not want to get emotionally attached to them?
I am emotionally attached to them without naming them. I just feel like that's too much work.
I was just gonna ask a little bit about the card game, and what is it? How does it play? Do you know how to play the card game?
Yes, in fact, I play the card game with Adrian Dyer. We cheat a little bit, but that's okay. You've got your bench of Pokemon, and then you have your Pokemon that's on like the floor, and they have moves on the cards, and you have to get energy cards and attach them to your card, and then you use that move on your opponent. And each card has a set HP, and each move that they have does a certain damage, and you attack their Pokemon with your moves.
Well, thank you for your time, Lily. I think I'm a lot more educated on Pokemon, I personally believe. Do you think you educated me well?
No, probably not. Yeah, this one.
Oh, I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, he's the protector of that leak.
Yeah.
I don't see it.